Hey, what's going on What's going on a copywriting called podcast? It's your boy Loso 2.0, the copy god himself. And today I'm gonna answer a question in the forum, right? Okay. So they were talking about in the husband forum, right? Which, it has boyfriends in there, it has some women in there still doing it, and the husbands basically answer the questions. It says 3 months dating and no physical intimacy. How would you deal with that? Okay. So this is what I'm gonna talk about. This is so what's going on then, bro? Like, so you date for 3 months, right? And this is he's gonna kind of explain some of the things. Well, I'm gonna explain some of the things that he was talking about. I'm cleaning my screen on my phone. I'm gonna talk about some of the things he was talking about in there. So for example, he said first of all, he said he was paying for everything. He said that anytime they were going on a date, he's paying for them to go to lunch, there's a go to dinner, them going out, and they're not doing no, she's not eating no inexpensive meals here, right? I mean, he's trying to, it's partially in this part with him paying for everything, it's his fault, right? Because it's like, all right, first of all, you're allowing this to go on, you keep paying for all these luxury dates, first of all, you don't have to pay for all of these dates that you're going on. Well, me personally, I would pay for all the dates that I'm going on. But then I also know that, like, depending on what the circumstances are, don't even why would you keep paying for this stuff, right? Like, if you feel like a relationship's not going nowhere. Now, I'm not saying just because it's not physical not means it's not going nowhere. But what I'm saying though is, like, why would you continue to do that? If that's not what you want, right? And he said that they were having fun though, right? So they're having fun. They're literally, like they're not doing nothing boring. They're over here, going on helicopter rides, amusement parks, all that stuff. Like, he's going the whole 9 yards, right? Like, he has a good time when he's with her, right? And they like I said, it's nothing like bad. Like, he actually likes hanging out with her, right? And that's cool. If that's your friend too as well, that's fine too as well. There's nothing wrong with having female friends. I mean, in my I don't have any female friends. I have female acquaintances. But that might be it too. Then he says they have deep conversations too. Like, so he loves the fact that they could speak to each other on a deeper level, in that they are able to basically, talk about not just stuff like, maybe your dreams or aspirations, goals, things like that. Like, and he feels like he actually loves that though, because he loves someone that's just not all about the surface, right? And sometimes I feel like we get a lot of that sometimes, not just from women, from men too as well. Like, it's just all about how much money I can flaunt, and with women, it's just about how much makeup can I put on, how good can I look, da da da. Instead of actually having a real intellectual conversation with someone. So he feels good that he's actually having these deep conversations with her, and they're able to do what they got to do, right? But he just says there's no physical intimacy. So what's going on, right? All right. This is all I got to say, right? You're going to have to communicate with your partner. I know it's simple, but you really do got to communicate. Now, I'm not saying she's not going to lie, but I'm just saying, if you guys are having deep conversations, and and it's going deeper than that. I forgot to add this part in though too. He said also too, when they stop, the thing is, when they stop, like talking or something like that, right? When they stop texting, when they get off the date, they don't talk to each other really much until the next date. Like, they don't text or call afterwards and all that stuff, and they just go to the next date. So yeah, I would say there needs to be some communication, obviously. Like, you guys need to communicate with each other. Don't have your pride, basically stop you from figuring out what's going on. Actually communicate with her, see what's going on, try to, basically get to the bottom of it, right? Now, yes, you could be being used, right? She could just be using you to pay for dates and stuff like that. I would not put that past anybody, basically, right now. So you could be getting used. You could be on a little city girl stuff, and you'd probably not. She's like, I'm not giving them no physical intimacy, but I'm gonna pay for everything. But she may have someone else that she's physical with and stuff like that. So yes, it's a possibility. But the thing I don't like, the one thing you shouldn't do is you should never assume anything. You should never assume the worst, because that's what fear is. Fear is just an imagination creating the worst case scenario. So if you feel like you can have deep conversations with her, if you feel like you can do all these things, but there's no physical intimacy and you want physical intimacy, stop talking to her. If after you have the communication, if she decides that she doesn't want to doesn't want to do that stuff, even though it's been, a few months or whatever, and that's what you want, then just be with someone who does that. Now, people are going to say that's a crazy wrong answer, but it's true though, right? Instead of cheating or trying to do something else, right? So if you've been dating with a girl for, multiple months, right? And there's no physical intimacy, and you don't, and you're paying for everything, even though you guys are having fun, there's deep conversations, you know what I mean? But between dates, you're not talking to her much, and you want physical intimacy, communicate with your partner. You don't know why she's not doing it. Maybe it's a health condition. Maybe she's waiting until marriage. Maybe it's something else. It does not, like, you have to communicate with them to figure out what it is. And if you figure out what it is, yes, you could be being used. It could truly be you be using. She could be lying to you, but that's your choice though too as well, because you're paying for everything as well, right? And you continue to do this stuff. But also, if you communicate with her and she just says that's not what she's looking for, and that's something that you're looking for, to have some physical contact because you feel like that's just what you feel like, then find someone who matches your energy. Find someone who matches exactly what you're trying to look for. That's the simplest answer I can give you, right? So yeah, and if you want to, so let's say there's someone that may want to wait until marriage, right? If you wholeheartedly like agree that that's okay, like maybe that's not what you believe in, but for her you're willing to wait, that's okay. Then do that, right? Like if she wants to wait until marriage, and and you're willing to wait until marriage as well, just to be with her, then do it. If that's what you're willing to do. If you're not willing to do that, and there's no wrong reason, no wrong or right way right here, right? It's straight to opinion because we're all different people. So if you find out that you don't want to wait until then find someone who doesn't want to wait. It's just simple as that. That's really is it, right? Now, if it's vice versa too, if you find someone who wants to be physical instantly, and you're not really digging like being so physical so quick, you're trying to like kind of get to know her on a deeper level. And the thing about it is society would judge a man for not wanting to have sex before they judge a woman. Like I can't even tell you how many times like if a woman comes onto a man and a man doesn't want to have sex, it's like you're gay, da da da. Like they'll just start bashing him just because he doesn't want to have sex. No, there's some men out here that really don't want physical intimacy like that. And to be quite honest, it's really not all that, right? Because it's like not saying that it's not all that, because I'm not going to speak personally about me and my wife, but I'm just saying like a lot of times people are so into that stuff because, for one, you don't got nothing going for yourself, right? You got other stuff going on throughout the week that you need to get done. People are busy. You need to start working on your dreams or goals. You too busy focusing on sex instead of that sexual transmutation, like I told you. And now look at you. You're in the same place that you were last year. But you know what I mean? People are not ready for that conversation yet. But that's what I'm just saying though, right? If you feel like if you don't want to do that, then just don't do it. There are certain things that you're looking for a partner that you're looking for in a partner. And if you feel like the person that you're currently doing is not doing what you want them to do, you communicate with them and they're still not doing what you want to do, then leave them, unless you are willing to still stick with them. I said, whew, my fault. Unless you're still willing to stick with them past them doing this stuff. Because and I'm just going to tell you right now, you're not going to find a woman that's going to have everything that you're looking for. And women, vice versa. You're not going to find a husband that has everything you're looking for. 80-20 rule. Tyler Perry, his movies ain't getting good any better, but that's the one thing I still got from that, right? You're only going to find someone who does 80% of the stuff that you want them to do, 20% of the stuff you don't like. And with that 20%, you're going to see that in other partners, the 20% that your partner doesn't give you. But then if you leave that person for that, now you got the 20%, you're missing out on 80. It happened to the bald dude. I forgot his name. Was it Mike or something? Yeah, bald guy. Left her, kept making all these fat jokes. Okay, well, guess what? You chose to marry her, first of all. Secondly, made all these fat jokes. Now look, then he's hoping her, she can help him, stuff like that, praying also. Bro, forget all that. So that's really what I just want to talk about to you. What are some things you're looking for in a partner? Okay, you can comment them below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, do all the stuff like that, like, whatever, share. Keep killing the day, and just remember, you pray for marketing like this. God be God out.